Silvertip Mine Lake, Canada. Little Rancheria, Yukon, Canada. I'm now off the beaten path and I'm in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. Definitely off the beaten path or off the trodden part. Just exploring, so keeping it safe though. This thing right here looks like I don't know if that's the trap for like an animal or something. Possibly. Let me take a quick peek at it and see what it looks like to me. Certain what this is. So I'm out here in the woods just looking around, and then I came up on this right here. I was wondering if it's a trap or something, or maybe because that right there seems like a stool, not certain, but I don't know if it's something for like a, I don't even know. Because that seemed to be the entrance. So again, I don't know what it is. And I'm out here in the middle of nowhere in the Yukon in Canada. Middle of nowhere. I've made it out here in the middle of nowhere. Someone was here before. You can see fire pit. It's a long time ago though. But watch, look at this. I'm scanning to make sure I don't see any bears or anything like that either too. Or any other animal for that matter. But you can see there's the little one of the lakes. You see a lake right there. I can go take a bath in it. There's probably got a lot of mosquitoes out here. But I'm gonna go in there and go take a bath. Definitely. Definitely. All these mosquitoes right here. I wish you could see them flying around. All kind of mosquitoes. So here we are, and I left out of Alaska right here, and this red line right here, as you see, that's the major highway coming down, and this is Highway 1 that I took, come all the way down through Ains Junction, Whitehorse, and then now I'm right here. So I'm heading on down through here to take the Highway 1 all the way. I'm in the Yukon right now, as you can see this dividing line, so into British Columbia and on down into Saskatchewan and out into Greater Canada and into America. So that's the journey for right now. I was already in British Columbia, but I had to make a detour and then go back into the Yukon and take Highway 37 because of forest fires on Highway 1. So right now I'm standing on the Continental Divide based on this information sheet, and basically it says the Continental Divide is the ridge line that separates two of the largest river drainages in North America. And this, the Alaska Highway, which is Highway 1, crosses the divide at one of the lowest points. You can see it right there on the map. Only humps of sand and gravel separates the west flowing Swift River from the east flowing Rancheria River. Now it says if you drop a leaf into the Rancheria River to the east, it would flow to the Laird River near Western Watson Lake, continue to the Mackenzie River in Northwest Territories, and eventually reach the Beaufort Sea, otherwise known as the Arctic Ocean, which is a journey of 4,200 kilometers or 2,650 miles for our waterlogged leaf. Likewise, if we were to drop a leaf into the Swift River to the west, and the current would take it to Teslin Lake and the Teslin River. This Teslin flows northwest to the Yukon River, which cuts across northern Alaska en route to the Bering Sea, which is the Pacific Ocean. A journey of 3,680 kilometers or 2,300 miles. So down here, see the Bering Sea right there? It's part of the Pacific Ocean. And then up here is the Beaufort Sea. And this is, see this right here? That's the dividing line between Yukon, or Canada I should say, and Alaska. Well, Yukon and Alaska, technically I could say that because it's between Canada and the US, because Alaska is a part of the US. So here's Fairbanks, right here where I'm coming from. And I've made it down all the way. And I still got some ways to go. But I made it down here, then I came down and down to Watson Lake right down here and down into British Columbia. But I'm right here right now. I'm presently right here. So I came out of Fairbanks, make my way all the way down here. So this is where I'm at right now. This is where I'm standing, and this is where the Boat River crosses. You can see the river. It runs this way, goes over. The one Watson Lake, and then I'm going down into British Columbia, and then on out into Greater America. So that's it. That's it. It's a close-up of the Yukon watershed area. You have the Arctic Ocean up top, Pacific Ocean, Bering Sea, and as you know, the Bering Sea is that little gap between Alaska and Russia. Russia to the west, Alaska to the east. Yep, but it's a beautiful day. I'm out here in short sleeve. It's 58 degrees and it feels amazing out here. Still got snow and glacier up on some of the mountain tops. But down here, as you can see, it's as dry as chip. A lot of dust as the vehicles passes by, especially on the unpaved portion of the road. This little portion is paved, so we're good. But I'm gonna enter back into my vehicle and continue on my journey. Enjoy. So right there, I was on Highway 1. Highway 1 is paved for the most part. Yeah, there are parts where it's unpaved, but so far looking at this 37, I'm not certain if it's paved all the way through. Right here is paved, it's got a lot of gravel, but I know Highway 1 is the major road, so it's well taken care of, but I don't know if it's the same with Highway 37, but we'll see. We'll see. Right here, just right above the British Columbia Yukon border, and normally, like I said, we take the major one coming down all the way down to Jade City. This is 37 that I'm on, by the way, down through Jade City, down into Dease Lake, and I'll make my way all the way down. But this is it, Junction 37. See the saloon right there? Massive saloon with the gas station, original, and a car wash back there. It's no longer. Well, that's the house over there. And the gentleman said once to get close to it, the dogs will turn into guard dogs, so I'm not going to venture too much further. But there's a saloon. Look at all this wood just going to waste. I love log cabins, man, and those log cabins last forever. So let me head on out. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and I still don't have any signal, even though I'm here in a little community. There's no cellular service out here, so I'm just recording on my other phone. The memory is full, so I can't even use it either, so I'll just have this. But heading down, we'll see how it goes. We're not going through the mountains, so we'll see how this ride is. Catch you later. Dease Lake is 235 kilometers away, and Kitwanga 723 kilometers. Of course, that's along Highway 37, which I'm using because the regular route, Route 1, is closed off down by Toad River because of wildfires. So here we go. So far so good. Looks pretty good. I mean, similar surface to Highway 1. So let's see how far it's gonna take us with this paved road until it becomes unpaved. And of course, taking this route is adding mileage to my journey. but I don't mind it. No worries at all. No worries at all. Area, you can see the effects of forest fires. You can see the trees that are gone due to the forest fires. Nevertheless, this lake is beautiful. Beautiful lake right here. Not sure what lake it is, but I could say it's a beautiful little lake right there. But again, you can see the land is stripped of the trees that would normally be there. And of course, they're gonna be growing back slowly. The reason I'm on this route is Highway 1 is closed due to forest fires. Same thing I'm talking about right now, forest fires. Out here, some of these forest fires are set off by lightning. Well, the lightning is the part that actually creates the spark that start these forest fires. Now, the way they control these fires, or they deal with these fires, I should say, out here in British Columbia, is they'll just watch it and let it burn, depending on what area it's in. And unless it's gonna be a threat to person or property, they'll just let it burn out, because they know that forest fires are actually part of the cycle of life that helps to keep the ecosystems going out here by burning the underbrush and the canopies of some of the trees, of course, to let sunlight make its way down to the ground, to those trees and plants, those micro organisms that do need sunlight to survive. But look at that. Now on the other side where we're driving, we had magnificent views of trees and mountains, but over here you can see the land scraped away and purged of most of the trees. You still see the snow-capped mountains in the distance. As you know, the Rocky Mountains are a part of Canada's landscape. But you still see the lakes. But look at the lands scarred by wildfire. And again, this is a yearly occurrence. Forest fires or wildfires are a yearly occurrence out here. See this portion, you can tell it was burned some time ago. So there's grass, a little bit of vegetation, and then soon the trees will be back. This route is good so far. The road is good, smooth sailing. Got a motorcycle. What is he doing? Is he stopping? Motorcycle right there in front of me. But yeah, the road is good. The surface of the road. However, it's narrow in quite a few parts that I've seen so far. So more care is needed out here on this Highway 37. As you can see as well, there are no markings on the road. So you just have to judge what your lane should be and stick to your lane. And any moment now, you can see a vehicle popping up around the corner. So you just gotta be vigilant, stay focused, don't stay distracted, don't get distracted. And of course, if you're fatigued and sleepy, find a safe place on a rest stop. If possible, pull off and get some rest. I don't think it's a good thing to sleep on the side of roads, you know. I think it's a hazard to yourself and to other drivers as well. But look at that giant mountain up ahead. you know, Canada is very mountainous. Very mountainous. And there it is right there in full view. Right there, look at that. I honestly think that when I look at the camera or when I look at a TV screen and I see something or somewhere, it's not the same as seeing it live in living colors, because I'm telling you, it's beautiful. And when I look back at the recording, the video recording, yes, it's beautiful on there as well, but I think just seeing it with the naked eyes is so much better. I think it's not just because you're looking at it, when you're looking at it with the naked eyes, but it's the experience of being in the area in the moment, you know what I mean? So I think that's what it is as well. But as I told you before, I don't have much memory on my phone or on my camera, so I'll just record most significant things that I come upon. All right, so as we go along, I'll do some recording, and rest assured, I'm making sure that I'm focused and I'm not distracted. I would never tell someone to be focused while I'm distracted. Nope, I'm focused 100%. The remnants of forest fires. So you can see it, that's the remnant of forest fires. See the difference? Healthy trees compared to the area that I just showed you, where the trees are trying to get back their root after forest fires. A gentleman out here walking. See going, but anyhow, look up there. You can see close up to a glacier. Back there, in between the two mountains, glacier. That amazing, it's amazing, amazing. Look at that. So the glacier is right there in between the two ridge line, or the two mountain peak right there. And there's ice all over. And back here, look at that as well. Oh, that's amazing. It reminded me of Alaska. I went down to Portage Glacier, and I was able to walk right up to the glacier, right up to it. And the ice seems so blue, and the water is just melting from underneath it. The magnificent thing about it is, though, that Portage Glacier, it stays frozen for the most part year round. You know, there's water melting out from underneath it a little bit, of course, but the entire thing never melts, stays frozen year round. Wow. The more I travel, the more I look around, the more I appreciate nature to its fullest. And I always wonder, man, I wonder if we could just, like, as human beings, like, just kind of like unite and live together, how beautiful things would be. You know, not one getting over on the other. Anyway, let me get off my soapbox and get on my journey. Now I'm out here on Highway 37 and I'm heading to Kitwanga. and I'm here by Good Hope Lake, which is a Indian First Nation reservation. But look at this. Look at the mountain. Look how beautiful that is. But look at this right here. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Even some areas in the world that are #1 tourist destination do not have beaches looking like this. And this is just a lake. Look how blue that water is. Look down here. Look how crystal clear as well. This is just amazing, amazing. Wow. Now this is beauty. I don't think I'm gonna leave here. I might spend another 2 years over here. Wow, it's just so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good Hope Lake. Again, I just have to send out a wonderful, wonderful thank you to all of my supporters. Once again, like I say, if you watch a video, if you click a like, if you comment on one of the videos, then of course, you are definitely a supporter. And I have to say thank you. I wish I could take you out here to visit and check out these amazing scenery, but obviously I can't. So I'm just gonna say thank you so much. And I'm bringing it to you in video so you can live your life vicariously through me. But once again, thank you so much for supporting, and a big shout out to all of my subscribers. I just want to say thank you so much for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From here in Good Hope Lake, Canada, along the Highway 37, so long. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay well, stay positive. Kind of a mining operation going on over here. I think it's gold mine. I think it's a gold mine operation going on over there. I can barely see it from my vantage point, but I'm trying to give you the best view possible. So yes, some gold mining operations going on. I'm not really able to get a good view of the operation, but you can take a view of the river down there as it flows. But it's gold mining operation on the other side. I can just kind of see through the trees, the equipment, and the little base camp right there. See it down there. Might be able to see it much better from here. It's possible. Probably, I don't know. Better view of the mining operations from right here, so you can see it down there. I used to watch that, what do they call it? Gold Rush. There you go, Gold Rush on TV. Yep. I remember one little kid named Parker. I think his father, or maybe his grandfather, left the operations to him, and he was running it. He's one of the main characters, one of the main players on that TV series, Gold Rush, Alaska. Gold Rush, Alaska. Mining operations right there. Gold mining operation. Pan for gold. Oh, look at this breakaway right here. It's dangerous, isn't it? Look at that. If you fall down there, then you're gonna be hurting. Might even be the last of you. Well, it's a lot of loose gravel, so it might not be the last of you, but I think you gotta break away from up there all the way down. But yep, I remember that TV show series, Gold Rush Alaska. It's beautiful. It's amazing how I'm like just standing so close to the glaciers. When I say close, obviously if I were to go from here to there, it would be a couple of miles, but it's like right there though, you know, right there. And I'm in full shorts and t-shirt. It's just amazing. Ice right there, the green trees below, and the warmth of the sun all the way around. Beautiful. I just admire and love nature so much. We're here in Jade City in British Columbia, Canada. And you can see the beautiful stones and rocks and all the carvings that they make. And of course, in the background, you can see the Cassiar Mountain. See SSIAR mountains. One has a glacier on it, the others are just covered in ice. And this is the workshop right here. This is where all the cutting of the rock is done. Jade City, Cassiar Mountain, Jade Store. Custom cuts, so if you want to get your rock cut, you can come on in, place your order, and they'll cut it for you in whatever shape or form you want. Like I say, this is a workshop. This one is shaped, just looking at it at first, I thought it was a piece of wood. You know how they cut the wood and just use it as a table, but it's actually rocks. You can see them right there. Tools of the trade. Fascinating. Fascinating, right? And they also have accommodation. See, way there in the back is there, that's the latrine or toilet or wash room as they call it here. And you can get a room for 200 US. Did I say 200 US? I mean $200. I'm always talking about US because I'm spending US dollars, but you can get one for $200 per night. Canadian, we're in Canada, so if I say dollar, we're talking about Canadian now. Canadian money, not American money, but Canadian. They have some, I like the colors, yellow and green. You know, like when you go to the Caribbean. Look at this though. Wow. You go to the Caribbean, you see these colorful homes. I know Bahamas is famous for it. Hello. Hi.
They did the same here a couple years ago. They stopped here and said they were going to go back to America. I used to go to my house. I said, well, that's crazy. I walked about 4 or 5 years. Yeah. Well, what is that? It's just starts swimming. This whole valley does it. Yeah. All the way to the border.
Doorsteps, $25 each.
Egypt is AARP.
Last year, they made
That's my bad.
The Inishuk. An Inishuk is a stone landmark or cairn built for use by the Inuit. Yeah, cairn is when you stockpile rocks on top of each other. But this is one special one, Inishuk. in your ship. It's a bigger one than this. Oh, beautiful. It's lovely, lovely. They have clocks as well.
She had 2 rooms, but
And a big drum. We have saws, a scale, and an engine, a bigger engine. And of course, this is a drill right here in front of it. They used to drill rocks, put the holes in the rocks. They usually use a drill a hole in the rock, and then in that hole, they place dynamite to blow up the rocks. Like when they're doing construction on roads, for instance, and they're blowing up the mountains, that kind of a thing. Have some older equipment. This piece looks like piece they use in the gold mine. As you know, this is famous for gold mining. Alaska has its gold rush. As a matter of fact, even to this day, I think gold and oil are the #1 products of Alaska. They bring in the big bucks. And of course, they also have the Jade City Motel right there, which is what I was alluding to earlier. They have 5 rooms in those cabins. 1 cabin, 5 rooms. You can go ahead, reserve yours for $200, stay a night. Because rooms are hard to come by out in these parts. If you don't get one, you might have to sleep in your car. And once again, way out there is your washroom, your public washroom, or toilet or latrine. Got some more equipment that is used in the mine. Of course, some of them have dual purpose, like a bulldozer or a tractor. You can use it for roads construction. You can use it to clear land, to build houses. You know it. But that's it from Jade City. I'm gonna get on the road on Highway 37 and continue my journey going up towards Cassiar Mountain. I would get some cellular service here in Jade City, but it didn't happen. Over there is a exploration camp, the Cassiar Gold Corporation Jade City Exploration Camp. So that's where they set up shop, and the workers go out to go survey the area to see if it's a viable area for gold, and then they start their gold mining operations. I saw this communication piece right here, so I was like, yes, I'm gonna get some cell service, but nope, not at all. And over here they have a treatment center. As you can see, it's a vehicle that they use out here. But like I say, I'm heading on out en route to the US. There's a creek, that's Troutline Creek down there, via Kitwanga. Kitwanga is the big stop. It's about 600 k's from here. I'll see if I can make it that far, then I'll bed down for the night and then start my journey in the morning again. It's 5:50 p.m. So around 11, 12, maybe 1 in the night is when I'll just bed down, and then I say again, start out fresh tomorrow. Tree Standing majestic down there. Look at them. Hi, Simmons Lake over here on Highway 37. Simmons Lake. So we're right there, just south of Jade City. See Dease Lake down below, coming down. And Kitwanga is way down here. When I get to Kitwanga, then I'm gonna get on 16, but that's a long way to go. So here is Simmons Lake. And on the other side, see some cabins. Probably just some summer dwelling. Have to get on your boat to get over there. I'm on the other side of this mountain as well. It's not a beautiful, most relaxing. Most you can hear is the water lapping up against the shoreline, as well as the water rushing down from the mountain coming down. Outside of that, it's just peaceful and quiet. This out. Look at this. Whoa. I got my knife, should in case a black bear try to attack me, or one of those little mangy looking foxes. But look at this. Wow. 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 Wow, 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 wow. Just look at this. Just look at this. Isn't this something? Look at this. Wow. I just took a swim up at Dry Creek. Man, but this is really, really, really enticing. This is Two River meeting here, right here. I do not know what two rivers meet here, but two rivers meet right here. As you can see, one's coming out of there and one's coming this way. I would want to think that the water that's melting off the mountain top up there creates that river, and the water that's melting from this mountain up here, or these mountains on this side, creates this river. Nevertheless, it's just amazing. Now that we're drifting south, less cold, so now you can see the mountain tops are covered with trees, as opposed to being covered with ice or snow, or being bare. As you know, when it's bare, it's sometimes rocks up there, but as you can see now, we have trees on top of the mountains, and abundance of trees. We're drifting further south, and so as you might imagine, it's getting warmer as well, so you will not see those huge mountain tops covered in ice or glacier. You'll see more water and more trees. So even the composition of the forest is a little bit different. It has changed a bit because we are moving out of the frigid and into a more temperate area. So basically we're moving out of the freezing cold area and get into a more colder area. Just cold. It's not frigid cold, it's just cold. I'm here by Sawmill Point and I see some water dripping out the mountain, running down, and guess what? A little bit of ice right there, just hanging on for dear life. It's gonna be melted soon. It's just a small piece left, as you can see. But the water from the mountain is dripping down. It's going over here into the lake. The lake is over here. Probably can't see it, but it's back there. See some flags on the side of the road, and one of them say accident scene. So just gonna go through slowly, see what's going on. They might have cleared it up because it says accident scene, and I just passed by and I don't see anything. So, oh, you can see some oil on the road. Yeah, you can see the markings as well. So this is the oil. So yeah, something did happen, but it's already cleared up. But this place is like almost driving around the junction in Jamaica when you're going up there in St. Mary. On both sides we have a little drop off. So if you slip off this road, you're gonna flip over. Of course, it's not as deep here as it is in Junction, but nevertheless, there's a gully down there. Well, here there are a lot of trees, so maybe they'll save you from going 100 feet down below. But the road is as narrow as ever, and there are no barriers on either side. So again, you just have to be cautious, careful as you drive along, and just be mindful of others. Once again, like I say, try to stay focused. See that on either side? By the way, see the lake over there. There are no barriers or anything, so one little slip and that's it, you're gone. Look at the lake. The lake is a massive lake. See another drop off right there? See that? Look at that. Gone if you slip over there. The lake that I was just at, overlooking, is called Dease Lake. D-E-A-S-E, Dease Lake. This is the Sitkin Health Center right there. And we're now in Dease Lake. Dease Lake. Just gonna swing through real quick, look at it, and then continue going. So there it is. Those are charging stations for EVs, electric vehicles. Have your Petro-Canada self-serve fuel pump, and there's the liquor store and convenience store. I don't know what happened to my throat. But like I say, this is Dease Lake. Swinging by, showing you Dease Lake, and then I'm gone. The hotel motel right there, and that's it. See, I'm gonna continue my drive on towards Kitwanga. It's the Samaritan's Purse Ministry Center. And that's the Visitor Welcome Center area right there. The Northern Lights College, that's the Dease campus, Dease Lake campus. And the DMV's over there, Department of Motor Vehicles. The route information, 37 is open and 37A is open. RV park with Wi-Fi. And we have a few homes here and there. And lots with equipment. It says check your fuel. Next service is 82 kilometers away. 100 helicopters. So I guess you can rent helicopters to go on tours over there by Tundra. Helicopter tours. Just looking around. So okay, so I see the helicopter in the distance over there, and they got fuel tanks and some heavy equipment in this area. Turning around real quick to go look at the helicopter tour area. They say the elevation, Arctic Pacific Summit, is 820 meters. 820 meters. Tundra helicopter tours right here. Their number is 250-771-3888. And you can see the crew and the team right there. And there goes the helicopters right there that you go on tour in. I guess those are pilots sitting out there waiting to go on a tour whenever you're ready. And they're right there if you want to go on a tour. And that's it for Dease Lake. Back to 37, down to Kitwanga and beyond.